Hello, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for taking the time out to listen. Today, this message is titled, Your Mother is Not Your Friend. Your mother is not your friend. Just in time for Mother's Day, preaching, teaching, leading, and educating, because we got some mothers who are all over the place. They're all over the place because the enemy set it up that way in their mind, in their body, and their spirit. Their mind was captivated by the lusts of the flesh. Their body followed suit, and their spirits ended up being drained from all of what they subjected their mind and body to. Mother is not a friend. Mother may have once sat down and talked to you like a friend. Mother may have come to your home and acted like a friend. Mother may have joked with you and made you feel like you had a friendship. But when God takes over, mother is no longer like that. Mother would be more like a teacher. Mother would be more like that one that you respect, who's a manager at the workplace. Mother is like the nurse who comes in and helps you during the difficult times of your life. But a friend where we ride or die, hang out, chill, bump fists, what type of relationship is that? Oh, the Lord is convicting some folk today. There are those that wanted that, though. Mom treated me that way. I mean, we got such a good relationship, but there comes a point where mom can't be that friend to you in the way that you define her. Mom has to be that one that God moves to treat you in a way that at times you're not going to like mom. You see, but mom's speaking truth though, but I don't like her. Mom is telling me what I need to do, but I don't like to listen to her. Mom seems to always be right, but can't God use somebody else? There's a shift in the atmosphere in some of these relationships, and I'm just prepping some folk. Mom who is today is not going to be tomorrow. When God got such a hold on a mother who is on that path toward change, she is going to be that one that God is going to empower in such a way where she's going to bring all the children back to the nest again, but not in the way that I talk about some of these controlling, narcissistic type of mothers do. No, there's a meeting in the nest, but you're not staying here. We're just having a meeting. And the meeting is that you are going to do what is right. You are not going to be that one that falls by the wayside, says mother. I've been watching you for quite some time, and I don't necessarily agree. The one that looks at mother as a friend, she's going to take offense. She might even cuss and fuss. She might stand up, roll her neck, pop her fingers, and then mom might have to hurt her. Excuse me. Where do you get off talking like this, acting like this? Because mom, for years, you treated me like a sister. You treated me like a friend. Don't I have a right to tell you how I feel? No, you don't. Pop. But see, the mother was wrong from early on because she treated her daughter like that girlfriend. You could say anything. You could, tell me whatever. We could go out here, there. There were no limits, no limits. And so that's why when she rises up against that mother that calls her to the nest for the meeting to tell her about her ugly self, she feels the right to roll her neck, stomp her feet, and say whatever she wants to say. Because mother, you started it with your friendship. Now you want to take authority? I remember telling my grandmother, God rest her soul, I said, on the outside looking in, your children are out of line. Grandma's like, what do you mean? I said, they're saying things and doing things that you wouldn't even tolerate from grandchildren. But they're also sending a poor example too, by the way they behave. It's time for you, Grandma, to take your authority back. Oh, I told her that. when they come over there saying whatever, got you all upset or what have you, you got to tell those grown children who you are. You see, there is a line that a child or a grown son or daughter should not cross ever with a mother. The Lord has been showing me that. They are not permitted, of course, right, to hit you, to kick you, to spit on you, to lie with you in a bedroom setting. You see what I'm saying? God has his precepts defined. And when one takes a moment to look up the scriptures related to how we deal with those that are mothers, grandmothers, if you have those that you consider a mother figure, stepmother, foster mother, what have you, you don't act a certain way with them. Even if they say it's okay, it's all right, you can call me by my first name. No, thanks. You're mom to me. You see, you're mother to me. There are those mothers that even if you are no contact or low contact, that's still your mother. And you still respect her from afar, even if you're not sitting with her, even if she's not even around any longer. You still talk in such a way where there is still a respect. I don't agree with certain things. I'm not going along with certain things. She's my mother. And God has anointed and appointed her as such. For a season, a mother has duties. But then when a mother no longer wants those duties, God takes those responsibilities from her in so many different ways. Some mothers haven't gotten that memo. You see, all of her complaining about the kids, all of her disrespecting and wanting respect, all of her lying and being argumentative or being controlling or whatever it is that you went through concerning your mother, God will make her burdens very, very light. That's why some mothers won't receive phone calls. That's why some mothers will not be able to sit down with children. Some, unfortunately, are in the penitentiary and they're not going to come out anytime soon. You see, there was something that took place in their personal lives. And so it is what it is. But that's still your mother. Now, we know that God is not one that is hung up on titles like we are. Okay. God looks at a man, looks at a woman's soul, sees them for who they truly are, tells us what we should do concerning them. Some of us had to walk away. Others had to run away. Others had to end up going to the hospital and figure some things out when they realized that mom and all of her dramas and traumas had sent them there. Others have had to let go of mothers who are now 6 feet deep in the grave because they allowed mama to consume them mentally, physically, and spiritually. They put mom on the throne. Mother's Day will get some folks in trouble because that's what they've done. And that's what they continue to do is push God aside. I don't believe in him. I don't want to read his Bible. I'm not going to his church, but mama though. And that same God that you push aside is the same one that's responsible for life and death. And sooner or later, mama's going to go. And so too is all of your praise and worship and all of your whatever you got connected to that mother. And this is why some will self-medicate with alcohol, drugs, and what have you, because mama was put in a position where she should have never been. Your mother is not a friend like Jesus. Okay? Your mother may talk about Jesus. She may be going to the church. She may be reading some things about Jesus. She may even be evangelizing or witnessing, but she's not Jesus. Some will say, oh, but my mother is so special, so wonderful. She's right there on the throne, right there next to the throne. And God will knock her off the throne in your life sooner or later. Talk to those who have experienced that. God said, I get the praise. I created her. I get the worship and I get the honor, even more than your mother. What does it take for some people to realize that? Sometimes, once again, it takes loss. Your mother is not that one who you can tell all your secrets to. A mother, her job is to correct, right? Her job is also at times to shine a light on some dark areas of one's life as God uses her. If you were to tell her every little thing that has gone on with you, every little thing, sooner or later, she's going to bring up those things that you thought it was okay to talk to her about. She's going to bring them up in such a way where you might hurt over what you had told her. She might judge you. She might use those things against you in order to get some of her needs met. Remember, she's still very much a human being. And if you don't want her to say certain things about what all you did, what all you told her, you don't tell her everything. Many mothers have learned from their own mothers. Mother, she doesn't need to know all my personal business, because sometimes when she knows all your personal business, she also navigates your life. This is where the narcissistic, selfish, controlling type of mothers get the upper hand. When they know enough about you, they start to tell you a whole lot about what you should be doing. But this is my life. Yes, but you just gave over your life to your mother, though. Well, I want it back. Well, the only way you're going to be able to get it back is that you have to learn how to shut your mouth. Tell your friend all of that, but don't tell your mother all of that. Because once again, your mother is not your friend. Your mother is your mother. God used her to bring you into the world. And then it was up to you to follow after the one true God and do his will, because he knows the desires of your heart. Your mother doesn't. Your mother was a willing vessel. Your mother was used by the one true God to help raise you, to instill some good teaching within you. But there comes a point where mother is going to be dealt with by the one true God on what she gave or didn't give you. And God himself can move the mother out of one's life, as we've seen with so many different people. Mom is not the type of friend that some folks thought up in their mind. And this is what hurt some of them. Because there was the ugly side, the dark side to mother. There was no righteousness, no godliness, or nothing with some of these mothers. And it hurt. Because all this time I thought mom was this, that, and the other. And then you do some research, you find out some things, you talk to relatives. I mean, there were some relatives who found out that their mothers were prostitutes. Other relatives found out that their mothers were heavy into alcohol and drugs. Others found out that the mothers had mental illness, and that's what sent her here, there, and everywhere, doing all sorts of things with all sorts of people. And for them, they don't have that type of love and respect and adoration that others might have for their mother. If anything, they don't even want to associate themselves. They don't even want to acknowledge the title mother. And God is dealing with some of the brokenhearted, the wounded, as we speak, year after year that Mother's Day comes around. We cannot assume or be so naive or gullible to think that everybody's relationship with a mother is quality, is good. And although mom did all of this, you should still Well, God, he creates distance for good reason. If mother is putting herself on a godly throne and expects her children to worship her, she definitely will not have those children and grandchildren around for long. She might think that she can always keep them under her thumb, but sooner or later, God will create enough friction and tension in the atmosphere that will cause individuals to start running to him. Please, Lord, please take this cup from me. I'm going through my burdens. I feel like I'm suffering being in this relationship. And the Lord says, good, because I didn't call you to that type of relationship. Your mother did that. You see, and when one's eyes is open and the mother recognizes it, she wants to call folks back to the nest, not for meetings, but to beat them over the head for distancing themselves. Or she may call them back to the nest with some tokens, with some charms, with some gifts to keep control over that individual or individuals. It could be the husband, it could be the boyfriend, it could be the children, it could be anyone who she's affiliated with, because controlling mothers do just that. Read Tell Me Mother You're Sorry. I have the link in the description box. So for individuals who have this fantasy facade or whatever that's going on, when it comes to mom being a friend, you need to stop that right now in the name of Jesus and define your relationship just as it was meant to be. That is mother, who was a vessel, who was used by the one true God to bring you into this world. But mother is not the buddy, is not the ride or die. Mom is that one who every now and again the Lord may use you to sit down and talk to her and learn a bit about history. She's that one that you could go back and say thank you for all of what you've done. She's that one that you can just politely and respectfully distance yourself from when you know that she is not acting like a child of light, but more like a child of darkness. And it's okay and it's all right, because once again, God does not esteem titles like we do. But what he does want us to do is make sure that he is on the throne and that mother is where she needs to be, and that's at his feet. Well, I thank you as always for taking time out of your schedule to listen. You've been listening to YouTube NM Enterprise 7. May God richly bless you as well as those that you love. Please do check the description box for anything that might be of interest. If you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can do that. My email is NichollMcGuire@gmail.com. Blessings to you.